It is said that strength breeds competition, and for the Knight Sentinels of Argent D'Nur, this would be an axiom that would inevitably make itself clearly known. A race of warriors, the D'Nurians would engage in ceaseless combat to hone their skills, forging themselves into fearsome killing machines. Then came the Slayer, a being beyond even the most skilled sentinels, and behind him swarmed the hordes of hell itself. Crumbling under the demonic might, the Argent would rely more and more on the Slayer of Doom, until a sect of D'Nurians decided that they must act, and they would go on to scour the multiverse for others, much like the Slayer, until they had an unmatched army, forged in an arena eternal. Gods had begun. Humanity had all players deep and challenging, different is less likely to get me horribly When hell spilled from the flames of demonic portals, the Knight Sentinels, strongest of the Argenta warriors, battled the hordes of foul creatures wherever they emerged. But even these stalwart knights did not hold back the unending tide of evil indefinitely, losing ever more ground as the war raged on. But then the Doomslayer would take his place on the battleground, a warrior lost between dimensions, tempered by the fires of hell itself, and besting every champion in the arena of Sentinel Prime. The Slayer would prove himself to all Argenta, and go on to instill a terror into the very demons that all others feared so. Even without the Seraphim's gifts, the Slayer tore through Hell's legions, inspiring an isolated tribe of Argenta. To the Betheans, there was no higher calling than trial by combat. Even among the Argenta, who themselves held their fiercest warriors aloft as heroes and legends, this sect was fanatical about the right of combat. The Sentinels of Argent D'Nur had proved themselves inadequate to fight the demonic hordes, but if they could source more individuals like the Doomslayer, then they may just stand a chance of repelling the hellish invasion and saving their world. The Slayer had been one thing, an accident, but to deliberately open the floodgates to the horrors of other realities was a thing the Sentinel priests were not willing to do. In defiance of their masters, the tribe absconded from Argent D'Nur to find a place where they may conduct their trials in peace. Eventually they would come upon the far-flung world of Mars, a verdant world ripe for colonization. A great city would be raised from the bare rock and named Beth, the new homeland of the Betheans. Within the city they would construct a network of slipgates in order to peer into neighbouring universes, assessing their occupants and snatching away those they felt had potential. In time, the city would become a great hub of local and trans-dimensional travel. Valuable goods unseen this side of the portals would be traded with the Betheans, and likewise their own artifacts would be strewn across the multiverse. The true reason for Hebeth's existence had not been forgotten though, and beings of great power from across space and time would be brought forth to combat each other in strange extra-dimensional realms, the strongest of them bestowed with the honour of fighting alongside the Argenta as a Knight Sentinel. For many thousands of years outside of the natural flow of time, combatants waged unceasing battle against each other in the arena eternal, unable to die and unable to escape. Even those who had triumphed over the arena would eventually find themselves back in the fight, challenged by the Betheans to continue proving themselves worthy. But their dominion would not last, for the priests indeed knew of their operation, and in the guise of ignorance had tolerated it, while still aligned with the Argenta. But upon their fall to the corrupting will of hell, they unleashed a legion of hell's most fearsome demons upon Hebeth, unwilling to risk the emergence of another like the Slayer. Not only did they bring the city crashing down, but they buried it deep beneath the Martian surface, annihilating the biosphere in the process, and ensuring that the world would from now on be nothing more than a barren, dead rock in space. After enduring for an age though, the eternal arena would not soon be destroyed so easily, for unbeknown to the priests, a single Bethean had survived the slaughter, badly burnt and scarred, but alive nonetheless. His name was Vadragar, and no more would the arena be tied to Hebeth, but spread across 1,000 worlds and unknowable pocket realities. He would continue to abduct warriors from across time and space, at first pitting them against each other for the glory of becoming a sentinel, as it once had been, but in time disconnected from his people and lost amongst the tormenting vapidness of infinite parallel worlds. The true objective of the arena would seem to be forsaken, replaced instead with Vadragar's own amusement. It is said that the warriors strong enough to progress through the arena and defeat Vadragar himself in single combat may be granted their freedom, but it is uncertain if any have ever achieved such a thing. Even if they had, it is not known what the arena master in his growing madness would consider freedom. Some interpret the meaning as the escape of a lasting death, so willingly remain in the arena, continuing to live, life, only to fight. Others see it as a genuine freedom, to return to their old lives, but after an eternity of constant battle, the return to a normal life would be all but impossible. Then there is the possibility that Vadragar never gave up on the principles of his people after all, and even now uses the arena as a training ground for his new breed of warrior, hidden amongst the folds of reality until the time is right to strike at the forces of hell and take back what was lost so long ago. Hi everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked what you saw, then please consider liking the video, subscribing and sharing it with your friends. If you want to support the channel even more, then head over to Patreon, become a channel member or buy some merch. Links are all down in the description. I hope you all have a great day and I'll see you next time.